Welcome back to my Kpop Tarot channel. Today I'm going to be doing one of my subscribers recommended reading, which is on EXO member Kai future spouse reading. I recently, or maybe not recently, did Baekhyun reading as well, so you can check that out as well. While watching this video, please keep in mind that this is all for entertainment purposes only. I don't claim to know this person's appearance, feelings, anything like that. Also take my words with a grain of salt, not as a literal fact, because my interpretations might be completely incorrect. And yeah, without further ado, please subscribe, like, and let's start. Please describe who is EXO member Kai future spouse, the one he is going to marry. 2 cards. EXO, this one, and this one. EXO member Kai future spouse, who is this person? I'm going to take the top card as I always do. Who is EXO member Kai future spouse? Okay, this one. It flipped. And EXO member Kai future spouse, 1 card only as well. Okay, going to take this one. Let's see, what cards did we get? From the Tarot, we got the card of Queen of Pentacles, the card of 2 of Cups. From the Archetype card deck Oracle, I got the card of Slave and the card of Addict, but it is in reverse, or in this case shadow attribute aspect. And from the other Oracle deck that I own, I got the card of... So right off the bat, I do think that this is definitely a very friendly and maybe popular and outgoing type of personality that we are talking about. I reckon that this person could be really loving, or they are in love with the concept of being in a relationship, being in love, having marriage, and having that someone you can trust and rely on. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person could have had maybe a couple of relationships before meeting Kai, or just really fantasizing about being in a relationship with Kai. Maybe this person that we are talking about, Kai's future spouse, maybe they are going to be the first ones who will have crush on Kai rather than, Kai falling in love at first. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person makes the first move actually. They seem to me like they are very outgoing and maybe have close friends and maybe even having more than 5, for example. We also got the card of organization, so this is definitely a team player, someone who wants the best for their organization, for their team, for their craft as well. As I mentioned, I got the card of Mercury in Capricorn, so this is a practical, screwed, organized, and ambitious personality. There is always method in their thought process, and their instinctive ability to take things one step at a time makes for a few pitfalls on the road to achieving ambitions. Such types always take a realistic approach to goals and, rarely fooled by idealistic claptrap, opt for the slow but sure route rather than the fast lane. Such a consciousness and patient approach to organization needs to be balanced with a sense of humor. We all know the consequences of all work and no play. Despite this personality type's severe sounding nature, humor is a common trait, and many comedians have this planet sign placing. The Mercury Capricorn type is prepared to spend time on education to achieve more professionally and considers planning this important. People with this combination communicate well with the public. They could be successful and find recognition in politics and social or community work, just as Mercury Capricornians require recognition and achievement. They also respected authority. Often this admiration, coupled with the desire to see tangible outcomes, can be taken to extremes and involve name dropping and cultivation of the company of influential people to enhance personal prestige. So yeah, we are talking about very organized, very outgoing, but also in the sort of like personality who is really realistic and plans, everything from A to Z. We also got the card of slave. So I think that this is someone who is not afraid to surrender their power to others, and they choose, who they can trust based on their own choices. And if they make some sort of decision, they are fully 100% into that, and it's not likely that they are going to change, their mind or thoughts. For example, 10 minutes into the plan has already, begun, and so on. We also got the card of addict, but it is in reverse position or shadow attribute, and it says compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over their inner spirit. So this is someone who could have some sort of addiction, and that addiction doesn't have to be alcohol, narcotics, tobacco, smoking. Of course it could indicate that, but it could also mean that this person is like addicted to their work, addicted to achieving their goals, always trying, always practicing, always learning. So that is the card that could represent them being addicted to something. But it doesn't have to be negative. It could also be like they really like, for example, gaming, video, like games, and they could be considered like, for example, addicted to that, and so on. I could see, I don't know why, but to me this person seems like they want to achieve a lot of things. They have this sort of authority to themselves, someone that people can respect a lot, and someone who can be considered like, for example, role model. But at the same time, there are some people who are in higher position, and they like to manipulate or make this person work way more than they should be working, and they legalize that by saying, oh, this is in your contract, for example. Like something shady has happened to this person in the past, that they constantly have this fear of trusting people in power especially, and they are really careful on who they want to be in authority of them, if that makes sense. Maybe they have like had really bad experience in the past, for example. But to me this person seems like really lovely and really beautiful type of personality. We also got the card of Queen of Pentacles, I'm sorry. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kai's future spouse also wants to marry, and also wants to have a stable relationship in their life, someone they can treasure, and so on. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is really grounded in their life. They have learned to feel their way through life, listening to their heart and their body, and understanding the way communicate on all levels with all environment. The Queen is also someone who likes nature, for example, someone who values the realm of senses. They enjoy food and good smells, beauty and music, all that is delicious in life. They have a sense of abundance, they are resourceful and practical, able to meet their own needs. This person is fabulous at self-care and doesn't hesitate to look after their body needs. This is someone very generous, someone who is appreciative of their riches that surrounded this person. And I wouldn't be surprised if we are talking about female gender, who is going to be Kai's future spouse. And because Queen of Pentacles kind of indicate that, and they are very caring and good at giving and receiving nurturing love. Like Kai may feel a strong desire to care for his future spouse, or even like want to become a parent with this person. They enjoy having and sharing what they know, and they are grounded in gratitude. They, the Queen has worked carefully with the element of earth, integrating it fully into, this person's human, and how they enjoy spending time, for example, outside, taking pretty pictures, maybe even having picnics and so on. Something like that. Now we move on to the connection. What is going to be the connection between Kai and his future spouse? What is going to be the connection between Kai and his future spouse? Going to take the top card, as I always do. What will Kai and his future spouse will have in common with one another? Maybe, I don't know, it's their work, maybe it's their characteristics, this one. And finally, what will be the challenges of this relationship? This one. And I'm also going to take one card from the oracle. What is going to be the connection between Kai and his future spouse? Kai is from EXO, Kpop boy group, not girl group. Okay, so let's see. What is going to be the connection between Kai and his future spouse? We got the card of Page of Swords and the card of Defense. So, actually, this connection is going to be very realistic, and it's going to be very grounded one. I think that this is going to be quite traditional relationship, them dating, getting to know each other, then starting, for example, getting engaged, and after a couple of years getting married, quite traditional relationship. And I wouldn't think that this is going to be very rushed. I think that if they get married, it's going to be like after a couple of years of them dating, getting to know one another. I reckon that for both of them, while being in a relationship, trust and just full 100% knowledge of the other person is really, really important. I think that, for example, throughout their connection, there could also be moments where one party isn't 100%, opening up about their feelings, about their experiences, or so on, because they aren't fully, 100% in trust. I think that Kai, since he is like a K-pop idol, it's really difficult for him to trust, especially female gendered, people, because he is afraid of information being leaked and so on. And it's going to take a lot, actually, for them to fully 100% open up. And they're going to be on this sort of defense sometimes, or trying to hide this relationship since they don't want it to be leaked in public and so on. This person, Kai's future spouse, seems like really, really smart one. I wouldn't be surprised if they graduated from university, college, or anything like that. But this is also someone very mature, and I think that both of them view relationships and connections really, really maturely. They don't want one night stands. They actually want a really stable and really loving connection, and I think that they are going to get that. But for them, it's going to require lots and lots of time to get and to know one another more, because they are on the sort of like line of, you know, do we break up, do we hang out, do we continue this, because both of them seem like very focused on their own craft and being afraid of public's reaction, for example, and so on. But they are very mature, and they want the best for, you know, for everyone, including themselves. What is going to be the similarities between Kai and his future spouse? We got the card of the world, and it's in reverse position. So maybe both of them are like quite famous in their craft. They are surrounded by, you know, eyes on them, and both of them need this sort of needness for closure and to follow through. I think that both of them, if I have to say, both of them are really focused on orders in terms of completion, on completing an unfinished task. Both of them could have like some sort of dreams that just did not like come true, and I wouldn't be surprised if both of them had different type of personality when we are talking about like ideal partners, and both of them are going to be completely different from, you know, for example, Kai is going to need a personality, his future spouse, which is going to be so completely different from his ideal partner, that is going to mind blown his, you know, ideas of love and personality traits that he works the best with. I wouldn't be surprised if we are talking about someone who is also like very well known in Korea, for example, or just is surrounded by people wanting to know and get the attention of this person, because like maybe this person is like an actor, model, social media influencer, maybe even like idol dancer, someone who is not afraid of the spotlight, but at the same time they aren't like the most you know, in need for having all the eyes on me, but you know, they don't want that much popularity. And what is going to be the challenges of this relationship? We get the card of the Star. So the problem is going to be the public, of course. The Star being right here suggests that you are like a role model for someone, and maybe you are breaking their consumptions and their ideas and their delusions of, you know, wanting to be in relationship with them. Maybe the public is not going to approve of like Kai's future spouse, quote unquote, you know, not. It's funny to me, but at the same time, I'm like, how weird people sometimes are. But I reckon that, yeah, they could have the challenges of like maybe not having enough time to meet up with one another, you know, due to the fact that both of them are really, maybe not both of them, but at least Kai is going to be really famous, and you know, his focus sometimes is on his achieving his dreams through idol job, and sometimes that focus could be on his career rather on this connection, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's what I got. I'm not sure if this made any sense, but I tried my best. And we move on to the most controversial but probably the most interesting part for you guys. This is a part where I will try and predict Kai's future spouses, possible zodiac signs that could be found in their birth chart. What do I mean by that? You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be their main sun sign. Of course, it could indicate that, but it could also, you know, be their, for example, rising, moon, their birth chart. And yeah, without further ado, what is the zodiac signs that could be found in Kai future spouses bar chart. Kai is from Excel, this one. 2 cards actually popped out. Kai future spouses zodiac signs that could be found in their bar chart. I'm going to pick, oh yeah, we got 6, which is the number that I needed. So let's see what, actually these are all different. So we got the card of Gemini, we got the card of Taurus, we got the card of Virgo, the card of Leo, Cancer and Aquarius. So Taurus, Virgo are earth elements, Gemini is air, Aquarius is also air, Leo is fire, and Cancer is water. So we got all 4 elements, but earth and air are the most probably dominant. I'm not sure if this reading made any sense to you. I tried my best. Thank you guys so much for recommending, watching, and leaving maybe a subscribe or like. And yeah, without further ado, goodbye.